Hey guys, it's Nickens here. I'm coming at you with a cool new video. This is going to be on some jersey concept guides that a guy from the MLW Discord did. His name is Janana16 or Janana16. One of the guys that I'm going to do in a future video coming up called the MLW Fantasy. He's one of the guys that helped out with it. On the side, he does some graphic design stuff, and one of these is an absolutely beautiful guide and an expansion team for the MLW Wiffle jerseys. I cannot share how excited I am to look at this and show you guys the amazing work he just done. He did this back in the summer, but just now showed a lot of us, and these are so cool. When I first saw this, I was just like jaw dropped how amazing the designs were, and I really hope these can be used or something because I just love these. If you like NBA 2K or video games like that, I mean, if you watch any professional sport, really, you'll know about alternate uniforms and things like that. And this is reminiscent of the NBA, in my opinion, because I play a lot of 2K with my friends. I'm going to jump into kind of his conceptual guide for it. But before that, he's in the Discord. He only wanted me to shout out Discord. So if you go to the MLW Discord or just in the comments, please thank him because these are just amazing. I really love them. I'm so excited that he gave me permission to share them. There's going to be a link to the photos themselves from his, go to his direct link. If you want to download them, go ahead and download them. And make sure you thank him. Just thank him because this is so beautiful. So let's go into the kind of concept for everything. So I'm going to read out what he has put. There's 4 jerseys in each set. One is the icon, which is the current uniform that he kind of did. One is the association, which has some minor tweaks or color designs to it. And then he also has a statement jersey and a classic jersey. So the statement is kind of like your unconventional and flashy jersey. They're going to take elements for inspiration from the teams themselves, their logos or things like that. Maybe some funny jokes or gags. They either take inspiration from the past or reoccurring of the culture or the fan base or branding or symbolism to the team lore history. So it's kind of more, I guess in my opinion, experimental jersey type, but I mean some of these statement jerseys are just really beautiful. I mean, you'll see. I'll just you'll see as we go along. They're just so great, and I'm so excited to show you guys. And then we also have the classic, which has got throwback inspired. He says throwback inspired or faux back designs. For the establishment of MLW teams, their designs are either faithful recreations or prior uniforms, inspired by past design elements for the 2019 expansion teams, or their sets are faux backs inspired by the real throwbacks of the uniforms. So let's go ahead and start with his explanation with the Cobras. So we're going to go in order, alphabetical order for each team, following by his explanation for everything, and then you're going to get to see the actual jersey. The statement jerseys are inspired by their real alternates. These uniforms are colored powder blue, which I actually really like the powder blue. I know Drew didn't really like them, but I do like the Snake Squad, so I'm excited to show you guys what Janana's did. So the nickname Snake Squad is retained with the circles. The nickname Snake Squad is retained and the circles of the main logo are retained too. And the nameplate and number utilizes a different but similar Blue Jays. And then the classic is a modern update to their original jerseys. These uniforms are colored with bright red and royal blue and the featured capital C as the main front crest. The Cobra within the C has been updated to match their official logo. These designs combine an element from their second jersey in team history in the form of the same font utilized in their nameplate. So let's go ahead and jump into the icon. You know, the icon is kind of this classic new look. I do like the font for it with the lines going in between. It's very nice and has. Then you go to the association, which is just a white version, kind of the same thing. I do really like it. I feel like the statements and classics he did are just so well done, and I think you all are really going to love them. So this Snake Squad blue, you keep the powder blue, but I love the Snake Squad font. I mean, it has the snake as the S. I like the way it wraps around the C itself. You know, you don't have the Snake Squad itself, but you have the logo there in kind of a bigger font, which I think is really nice. And if you go to the back, I love the font on the back for the Davis and the number 2. It kind of matches the front of the Costa Cobras for the icon and association. I just think it's a really cool concept for it. And then if you go to their classic jersey, I may be a sucker for this, but I love the big C. You can see the kind of font is a little different, you know, in homage to the original jerseys. And I love these jerseys. It is more, you can definitely see how the red from the classic has changed from the icon, more of a brighter red and royal blue. But still, I mean, if they wore these jerseys, like, I would love him still. So moving on to the Diamondbacks. His explanation for the statement jersey is that the jerseys are gray in their color base, and they love the concrete urban jungle feel of it. It kind of represents major downtowns of America. On the front, the mighty Diamondback towers over the downtown skyline with fangs extended, ready to pounce on any opponent who dares enter the city limits to challenge their supremacy. Love that line. Love that explanation. Finally, this uniform is paved with snake highways that slither along the sleeves and the bottom hem of the shirt, leading the team to the pathway of victory and glory. I just love these explanations. This classic jersey is a faux back, and it takes inspiration for their MLB namesake, the Arizona Diamondbacks. So it features a vest and design similar to faux back colors and snakeskin, with pinstripes and the elements of this to set tribute to the MLB. It has downtown imagery through the use of the highway Gothic font. I love that. The city night purple and highway green colors with the wiffle ball street sign word mark. Altogether, the design is worthy of being dubbed snakeskin armor. I love this, which players might find hard to shed. You kind of have their original icon jersey, nice classic with the tan color. And then if you go to their association, the all black, love the all black kind of design. Different kind of, I do have a kind of a soft spot for black jerseys. I remember when I was a little kid, the Tennessee Volunteers, who I love the Vols, they had on Halloween their black jerseys. And so when I see kind of a black alternate, absolutely love it. And then we're going to go on to their statement, and you can see where he's talking about with the snakeskin highway. You have the Diamondback overlooking the city, and it has the downtown. Oh, I mean, I love the design of it. I love the downtown kind of on a street sign with the city. And then you have also on the sleeves, I mean, I love its simplicity. At the same time, it has a ton of little detail into it. And the font kind of remains the same between the three jerseys, and I love that. And then their classic, I love the purple and green. It does kind of look a little bit kind of Sesame Streety, but I love that. I love the hex going on for the snake scales, and the new font on the back looks great too for the classic. So 4 amazing jerseys. So next up, we got the Eagles. So this is going to be a kind of more classic feel to it. So their statement is known for bringing down the Eagle hammer after every home run. So this is going to be homage to that. So it's going to have the Eagle swooping down, and a single star above the Eagle represents the franchise lone World Series. This set also used the first uniform to feature the yellow and gold as the primary color, and utilizes the Air Force-inspired font for their nameplate and armor. And then their classic is another modern remake on the throwback. This uniform is a faithful recreation of the Eagles' inaugural look from 2010. So the nameplates and numbers have been updated to the primary font and primary word mark to give this throwback a consistent uniform look. And the base is colored in a heritage cream, symbolizing the franchise's longevity and storied history in the MLW. So their icon remains pretty much the same, of course. It's very, it's a classic look with the white tee. You have the new logo with the eagle, as well as the same font on the back. You go to their association, and it uses the navy blue a little more. I do like that. It's a nice alternate to what they usually do with the all white. But I think my favorite is the statement jersey. And I love the eagle with the hammer. I love the eagle with the hammer. You have a little bit of the wiffle ball logo on the home plate and the single star. I mean, I love the symbolism and representation in this jersey that it remains faithful to, as well as the new kind of logo and design for the back with the nameplate. I mean, I love the sharp edges of the nameplate, as well as kind of the bigger font for the number. And then the classic is really nice. I like the way that he's incorporated jersey into kind of a new style, with the Eagles kind of having the cursive outline on the top, with the number on the front and back, and then keeping kind of the cursive font for the back of the jersey. And I really enjoy that, and I like the cream kind of color of it. I feel like it brings it out in a different way, kind of. It's not like the Downtown Diamondbacks with their kind of creamish color, but this is... The cream color kind of brings out the logos and the numbers as a whole in a different way from the others. So next we got the Great Lakes Gators, and I think Gators fans are really going to like these jerseys. His statement jersey, he has the Swamp Chomp, which you can see Zerlag doing many times through the AAA and into the season now, doing the Swamp Chomp. It rolls kind of off the tongue, and he kind of took inspiration from it. It's also sandwiched between the primary logo of the Gators, which is more prominent on the chest as compared to their icon and association sets, which is kind of similar to what he did with the Cobras statement. So on the front and back hem below is a sash stripe designed flashes formidable jaws of the Great Lake Gators to strike fear into any opponent on the field, while the ugly swamp font should serve as a warning to batters that pitches from the Gators such as Brendan Jorgensen and Chris Cheatham are just as ugly. For a recent expansion team, this faux back is clean and simple and a classic look that hides the franchise's relative youth in the league. It's sure to be timeless for years to come with the traditional script word mark and block numbers that mimic the legendary teams such as the Dodgers. Its most notable and unconventional feature, however, is the silhouette of the Great Lakes Gators, the region that the Gators proudly represent and call home, that frame the jersey number on the back. So we get into it, we have our classic Gators jersey that they used this year, which is a really nice jersey. I think Brendan and Drew were talking on the podcast that these work so well for kind of a new generation of fans. And I do agree, I like the font and the logo work that does look really well for a new jersey. And then for their association, I like the way he has the Great Lakes wiffle ball. It's a nice mix-up, and he keeps kind of the colors on the back, more the navy being prominent, which I really enjoy too. And then we have the statement jerseys, and oh man, I love these. The swamp chomp surrounding the Great Lakes Gators, and the font of it kind of dripping down just looks so good. I like the Gators jaws. Maybe if there was a way to make this is kind of a personal thing, but maybe if there's a way to kind of make eyes on the teeth, that would be a little cheesy. I think it would be too much though, but I do enjoy the jaws kind of there on the jersey. I think this would be a great alternate for them. And then you also have the classic look Gators wiffle ball with the pennant coming out of it with the 12 there, kind of mimicking, you have the classics all have the number on the front and the back. And then I also love the way he incorporates the Great Lakes on the, it's just the little bit of detail that he puts into it. It's just so wonderful. I also love the way the font matches on the front and the back, and it looks so good together. I think this is a great classic jersey for a team that is relatively new. So next up we have the Metro Magic, and some of these jerseys just so great. I love the way these look. It's very kind of, I think he describes it as eccentric, and I definitely agree. These are kind of a different kind of branding, and I love the way these jerseys look. So for his statement, he explains that the Metro Magic feature the league's most eccentric colors and branding. It shows loudly through their entire uniform set. However, none may be louder or more unorthodox than their statement set, which starts off with the classic virtue of the vest design, but deviates away from the norm immediately thereafter. The uniform's defining feature is the split two-tone colorway on the front, and the jersey features a magic wand bat, conjuring up the wiffle ball from out of the magician's hat atop of a teal and purple. And it also features the retro 90s solo cup design on the white base. In contrast, the back is a solid purple that matches the sleeves, and it features the number that matches on their front and back, so no nameplate. The classic takes design cues from the NBA namesake, the NBA's Orlando Magic. This faux back resembles the inaugural team's black pinstripe uniforms, which I really love Orlando Magic designs, so this is perfect for me. And it stays in the world of the NBA jersey design, and also features the purple magician's hat with stars to serve and contain the frame of the uniform numbers, much like cable cars on the Golden State Warriors' famous The City uniforms in the 1970s. I love these jerseys. All of them. I love the Magic's logos itself, but the icon is classic with the stars coming down with the drip. And then you go to the association, and then you kind of have the reverse. You have the blue more apparent in the logo, which I really like. It has kind of a different feel to it, and he kind of brings out the stars more a little bit in the association jersey, which I like. And then for the statement, I absolutely love the 90s kind of feel for it. I love the nostalgia he kind of puts into the classic and the statement. I even have used these solo cups at my college before, and I absolutely love them. And then the wiffle ball coming out of the hat is kind of a cool alternate logo for the team. I think that if they use this logo, I would not be mad at all. It just looks really cool, and it's just kind of different. It's a different kind of feel. And then for the classic, you do have those classic pinstripes. I do like this a lot. I know, it kind of feels like a retro jersey for baseball in itself, and I love the homage to other NBA teams. I feel like both the wiffle ball and the NBA teams, you have the wiffle ball in the Metro, and then you also have the Magic hat with, the stars resembling that 1970s Warriors feel. It's a different kind of jersey, and I do love all the symbolism with it. Next up, we got the Midwest Mallards, and I'm going to explain their statement in classic jersey. The rallying cry of the Mallards Nation is kind of printed boldly above the charging mallard on the front yellow uniform of the jersey, which is chock full of Hill and design elements and symbolism. So I'm not gonna spoil them for you, but I hope that you guys can take the time to look into this and see what he's referring to. So this is reminiscent of the Oregon Ducks football team that is also known for their wacky and symbol-heavy look. There's some hidden things that you can look for, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's also the classic look. So in the 2020, the Mallards moved away from their original look, and it's more of a subdued and a traditional one. However, just like the 2017, the set is making a comeback. Jersey is going to have a little bit of that classic feel, but with that more modern design. So, of course, we have the new icon jersey that they used this year. I'm kind of reminiscent of the old jerseys like the Eagles and the Wildcats, kind of like that. You also have their association, which again takes more of that tan look, and then it incorporates more of the green into the logo and the names, which I think is pretty cool. And then going into the statement, and oh goodness, if you guys are looking closely, you can see all the references. And I love the Quack Attack. Great logo design with the mallard coming out. The yellow represents kind of the Oregon Ducks, and I love it. You can kind of see the wings on the back too, which I just love this jersey. This jersey is so good. Of course, you have their classic jersey, which has more of that brighter green and the sharp font. I think this is a great jersey. I always like the classic Mallards jersey, and this is a great homage to it. I do like the way that he incorporates kind of the yellow outline on the Coughlin III. I think is a really great touch to the jersey. So now we're going on to the Preds. So for their statement in classic, so the Predators have always been a true underdog in the MLW, and their classic Cinderella story culminated in the franchise's first World Series title. So this uniform kind of represents the worst to first rise. It showcases the Pacific Predator rising mid-pounce, and the back features only numbers and no individual nameplates, symbolizing the Predator's team effort and collection of average kids, not stars, that formed together and built up and to get better and finally win a World Series, which is referenced in the Ryan Cratch Predominance 7-year story. I just really love the symbolism and stuff he puts into it. I think you guys who are nostalgic of the MLW will definitely love this. And then their classic is a throwback to their second uniform design in their history, and it gets a modern refresh. It has updated fonts that relate to Space Alien Predator, which I love, and it's an updated Prowling Predator logo. So you have their classic iconic with the black. I do like the lines that come under the wiffle ball. I think that's a really cool touch that Preds logo has. But then we move on to the association. It kind of has a more of a classic white feel, which I think is a nice touch. You know, it has kind of a more of a darker look on the logo, but itself it's just kind of a brighter jersey. And then to the statement, and I think this is just kind of a cool, I feel like this is a cool homage to the Predators. It has I love the Predator on this. I think it's just such a different kind of logo with him pouncing at the Predator logo. I love the Pacific Predator design. I love the way that it's pouncing. I love the way that it's going towards the logo with the 25 kind of there under it. I think it works so well all together, including the back of the jersey looks nice as well. I like the way that it has so much and yet it's kind of keeps it simple. It doesn't try to do too much. It has the really beautiful Predator design, but then after that, it just keeps it simple, and I really like that. And then for their classic logo, I love the font for the Pacific Predator. I love the way that he incorporates the lines into the new Predator look. I think that's so cool. And the way he uses kind of a space-agey font to reminisce of the Predator for the Alien movies, I think that's such a cool touch. And I love the way he includes pop culture and greater sports logos and designs into these jerseys. And then lastly, we have the Western Wildcats, and I think you guys are really going to like these two. So for the statement, he says that the Wildcats have been dubbed the Yankees of the MLW, and for good reason. They've won 6 World Series championships, and they're dominant in their dynasty. So these purple jerseys make a humble but not so humble brag about the fact that with its new claw mark and logo and stripes, which have 6 in total, so one to represent each title, the purple-based traditional and collegiate name and number font pay tribute to the jerseys and the jerseys in which the Wildcats won the majority of their titles, which is 11, 12, 14, and 15 seasons. And then the classic is just a true throwback of the original design, and it's faithful for the inaugural uniforms. So it's a great logo design from the original season. Of course, we have their icon, which is, I like the jerseys, whoever designed these himself. I like the way the Schultz is kind of more of a sharp font, as well as the Wildcats itself. And then we go to the association, which has more of that, it has more of a gray base color with a more of a dark outline for the numbers and for the nameplates. I think that's a great touch for the association. Then we go on to the statement. I love the symbolism with the 6 claw marks for the championships. I think that's a great touch. I love the font of the cats. You know, I think that's such a cool way to do the fonts. And then we go on to the back of the jersey, and it's still, you know, you got the claw marks on the back, and you have the Schultz 28. I like the way he keeps it simple on the back with the font and the number, and I love the way that he makes the stripes again more apparent on the back. Super cool. And of course you have just their classic look. I think, of course, the classic is just kind of something to pay homage to that original jersey that they wore. I think Tommy and Kyle will get a kick out of these jerseys. All right, so that's the end of our MLW kind of analysis of the jersey. And so now I'm going to move on to his team that he made, which, I mean, if these got in, I would love it. This is kind of a conceptual idea. In episode 25, the MLW, Kyle and Drew discussed the Tropical Tribe, so a kind of a possible future expansion team for the league. And so he went ahead and made 2 jersey design concepts. I mean, you guys are going to love this. So these contain 2 conceptual uniforms inspired by Kyle and Drew talking about the Tropical Tribe. So each set contains 4 jerseys, and they're again modeled off of NBA and Nike uniforms in their naming system. So these have hypothetical looks as a Hawaiian-themed tropical look, as well as paying homage to native cultures. One has more of a cartoony look that pays homage to the Hawaiian grease sea turtle, or honu, as it is called in the native Hawaiian language, which is selected as the primary mascot and logo for both concepts. Both of these are going to take 2 different routes for that logo concept. So you can see where he's going with this. So the turtle, or the honu, has many myths and legends about it, as the guardian spirits choose and shape the sea turtle to watch over and protect the people of Hawaii. And so the honu should serve well in benefiting of a respectable mascot for the Tropical Tribe franchise, given this tremendous meaning and symbolism in the native Hawaiian culture. So on one hand, he takes more of a cartoony look for the Tropical Tribe. It's more of a... So this set goes for more of a cartoony and conventional tropical theme for its overarching look. The primary colors are the tropical orange and sea lime green, with a black and white, Vegas gold, and sun yellow serving as the secondary and tertiary colors. Taumoto is the primary font selected for the tropical look, as well as its embedded Hawaiian and Polynesian motifs. The primary logo features a swinging sea turtle wielding a yellow wiffle ball bat above the team's name. All of the jerseys kind of mimic styles of Hawaiian shirts. The statement set goes on for a 2-tone faux vest look, and the classic jersey is more of a faux bag that employs more of a traditional script and black letter number font and look. And I love the way he incorporates the tropical kind of shirts. For the icon, they have a base black jersey with kind of the Hawaiian flower stripes going down on the front, with the Tropical Tribe, with the turtle swinging out his bat, with the tropical logo along with the turtle kind of on top of it, and the 21 in green. And then I love the font on the back, the 21. It's the same on the front, but I love the way that it has more of the swirly detail in it. I think that's a nice touch. You can see that in the association, it has that same kind of look. It has more of a white color with the green coming down, and it swaps the number color. So on the back of the icon, it was orange, but now it's on the front for the association, and now you see that on the back, it has the green color, which is a nice touch in detail. For the statement jersey, I love this as well. I love the way it has the red on the front, and then the green on the back. You have the logo on the front, and on the back, you have more of a yellow number plate, and I love that. I love the way that it kind of works together. And then for the classic, I think this is a really cool jersey, and I wouldn't mind this being their first jersey and then having the association icon kind of coming in second. This classic jersey is just a nice, cool faux back. I think it's really cool the way he has the tribe inscription with the little banner underneath. I really think that this reminds me of Super Mega Baseball. If you've ever seen any of the creation in Super Mega Baseball, this is just a Super Mega Baseball team to me. It's so great. I love this. If someone could recreate this in Super Mega Baseball, I'd love it. This is a cool kind of concept, and I love the kind of more cartoony approach to it. Then he goes on to a different kind of style, more of a serious style, and I think this is really, really cool. So both of these draw heavy inspiration from the Polynesian design patterns, which are seen across the entire set, but this black Vegas and gold and white are the primary colors. So the fonts are traditional collegiate font name and nameplates and a traditional tribal block font. The primary logo is that of a Polynesian pattern wiffle ball sun with a Hanu petroglyph in the center, which I think is a super cool design. I really like the logo. I wish somewhere you could put tribe on it, but I think that the jersey's going to do that itself, so no need to overcomplicate it and try to put a tribe symbol on it, honestly. And then for the symbolism on all the jerseys, these all are dubbed as heritage jerseys due to the symbolism in them. The statement jersey kind of contains the defining element with the Polynesian pattern that runs from the left shoulder down the chest to the left sleeve. It mimics kind of those traditional Polynesian tattoos that Polynesian warrior. Another symbolic element of the jersey is the swimming Hanu pattern located at the back bottom hem below the numbers. And the Hanus are seen as guardian spirits in the native culture, so likewise the tribe players carry this Hanu on their backs to guard them as they take the wiffle ball field to face their opponents. And these jerseys are so clean. I love the icon jersey. I think that is such a cool design. I love the way that the tropical tribe is kind of embedded onto the logo. I think that's a really cool way of doing it. Then for your association, you kind of have the same thing with the color swap again, which has more of that Vegas gold, like you said, which I think is super cool. And then for the statement, I love the inclusion of the tattoo kind of on the arm. You know, the tribal wiffle takes a different kind of set on the front of the jersey while also keeping a cool tattoo there. I think that's such a nice design. And then the back has the kind of turtle, which is a nice homage, I feel, that the Hanu's kind of protecting them. I think that's super cool. And then I love the classic jersey as well. I mean, just a simple logo, you know, like my mom always said, keep the simple, stupid. I think that's a great way to do it. And I just love these jerseys. You probably heard me say it so much. I think that this deserves so much love. And that's going to be it for the video, guys. Make sure you let me know what were your favorite jerseys down in the comments. These were all such beautiful jerseys. Make sure you go thank them in the MLW Discord. It's Janana16. Make sure you go to the Discord, thank them, or just thank them down in the comments if you don't have Discord. I would love to see a lot of these be incorporated or just taking some ideas from him. It's clear that he has such a great background in graphic design, and I would love to see if any of these jerseys became an actual jersey. Leave a like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.